Hello everyone, ChatGPT is one of the most popular applications you can probably use as of this point. So I'll give you a quick breakdown on exactly how to use it. If you're brand new to ChatGPT, you'll hopefully know a lot more about it by the end of this video. Number one, this is a AI, chatbot application. You can ask it to do things and it can go ahead and do things for you, which is really cool. This is what the application looks like. You can also go to ChatGPT online, and that will also go and give you the same type of experience too. So once you download the application, Android, iPhone, whatever you have, you can go and click on open, and it probably won't give you this prompt. This is more complicated. Instead, it's probably going to give you into a page like this. It might actually tell you to log in, but either way, this is what the entire application looks like. So at the very top, you'll basically see these two lines here. These two lines give you some information about your account. So if you tap on these, it'll give you just a few more things going on with your account. So it'll show you previous chats that you've done. It'll show you your account information at the very bottom right here. You can even click on the three dots here to get more information about your account. So it's pretty basic, nothing super crazy. If you just open up the application for the first time, then you probably won't need to even come into here. But just for your awareness, you'll see this type of information. Hopping back out, you'll see this Get Plus option right here. This just shows you the different tiers of ChatGPT you can buy. So you can buy ChatGPT, you can buy ChatGPT Plus, but the free version is obviously already free. So you don't have to do anything with that, but there's like better versions out there if you want to go and buy those ones. In the top right, you'll also be able to have this other type of prompt, which is basically going to be a more private version of ChatGPT. So this is called a temporary chat. So if you tap on it, it'll go and open it up, kind of like vanish mode in Instagram, except this is temporary. And once you, close out of the app or close out of the chat, it'll just go and delete it. But it says a copy of this chat is available for up to 30 days, but you don't really have to do anything after that anyway. If you click back into here, you're back in the original version of ChatGPT. Now, you will have a few things at the bottom. These boxes right here are just prompts that they just recommend to you. You don't have to use them, they're just recommended prompts. And then you'll have the message portion of ChatGPT. So if we take a look at it, what you're going to have to remember, there's a few things you're going to have to remember. Number one, if you want to message ChatGPT, you have this message box right here. If you tap on it, you're going to be able to go through and start messaging things out to this platform. So you can ask it to do very basic things, like here, create an illustration, tell me the country, plan a mental something. Like there's a lot of different options you have that you can go ahead and do right there. So you do have that type of capability to kind of see. Now, this is an example of a prompt. You can see that ChatGPT says, I asked it which countries have the most athletes in the 2024 Olympics. And it tells you right here, it just gives you the answer right here without having to Google anything, without having to do anything. It just gives you all the information right there. With that being said, sometimes a lot of this information might not be accurate. So if you're going to go through and if you're going to actually ask it things to do, it may not always be accurate. You might want to just double check it. I've used this so many times, and I would say 80% of the time it's pretty accurate, but then the other 20% could be pretty, detrimental depending on what you're trying to deliver or what you're trying to do. So just double check that information. Now you'll see at the bottom the way this works, and you can ask it anything. This is just a temporary one, but at the very bottom, it'll show you a couple things. These are always going to be there. It'll show you the sources of where ChatGPT is getting its information. That is a really nice touch. So you can actually click on it and see exactly where ChatGPT is getting this type of information from. So it sifted through all these different articles automatically for me without me having to do it. That in and of itself is actually super cool, and it saves a bunch of time. You'll also have a few more boxes right here too. You'll have this copy button. You'll have this speak volume button, so it can go ahead and basically say whatever this is out loud. You'll have a thumbs up and a thumbs up and a thumbs down button. So if that response was good, you can give it a thumbs up. If the response was bad, you can give it a thumbs down, and it will train the bot a little bit better. And then you'll have this refresh button. So if you want to refresh this prompt or whatever it is, then you can click here, and you can ask it to refresh it with another version of ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is built on a couple of different models. It's built on GPT 4.0, which is the most current, it's the best one. O3 Mini is a smaller one, but it's faster. GPT 4.0 Mini is faster for everyday tasks. So you can go through and kind of change these particular models out. Keep in mind that the best one is going to be the highest ranking one in this list, but If you don't want to use that one, it is definitely slower and there might be some limits to it if you're on the free version, so kind of keep that in mind. Now, beyond that, you also have a couple of other prompts over here too. So you have a plus button right here. The cool thing about ChatGPT, most versions of this, is that you have the capability of uploading files. So you can actually click on this plus button right here, and you can go ahead and start uploading different files. You can take a photo and you can send that photo into ChatGPT, and you can ask it to do certain things with that photo. You can go and upload a file as well, and you can ask it to do certain things or tell me what that type of file is, or so many other things there too. So you do have that type of capability right there of basically going through and seeing exactly what type of things, what type of capability you're uploading, and it can kind of do that information there for you, which is actually really cool. You'll also have this search button here too. When you tap on search, I believe this goes through in like web searches for you. So if you're using ChatGPT, if you turn on this web search button, it will go ahead and start searching through the web a little bit more. And you also have this think portion here too. So what this does is it allows you to go through and it allows you to think a little bit more for your prompt when you're asking it. Sometimes ChatGPT will go through and it'll kind of prioritize speed. But if you don't mind it going a little bit slower, you can also go through and have it respond quickly. You can have it think a bit for deeper questions. Or you can have it think harder for analysis and research and those things. Now that is a more of a plus version. But if you have the free version, you can either have it respond quickly or think a bit. And that is actually something that's really cool too. So I know a lot of people who switch back and forth between all these, and that might be something you might be interested in too. But now you know how that works. And then you have this type of capability here too, and you can toggle them on or off. If they're blue, that means they're on. You have this voice button right here too. If you want to ask ChatGPT something, you can go ahead and basically dictate it out that way. Or you can also go through and click on this voice button right here, and you can actually have it talk to you kind of like back and forth. So if you go through and click get started, you can actually have this prompt like talk to you like this, and it's actually kind of cool. So you can see right here, like, this is kind of what it is. And from here, you can have it talk to you, you can kind of go back and forth. And this is something that's really cool. And you can click up here if you want to modify some of those options. So you can go through and choose some of these other options that you have. And that's another cool thing here too. Hopping out of here, you can click on X, and then you'll basically come back into your main page. So now that you've used ChatGPT a little bit, you might want to try a few things. Number one, as an exercise, I'd recommend going through and just typing in some prompts. You can type in prompts like, what's the weather tomorrow? What color is a tree? Like things like that. You can ask it questions to understand how it kind of works. Then I'd recommend kind of going through and asking it more complex questions, right? Asking it complex questions that maybe you know more of. Like if there's a certain sport you watch, maybe if there's a super technical term, try seeing if ChatGPT can give you some answers to some questions you might have, and you'll start to see how powerful this type of tool is. And when you start doing that, you'll start to see that, oh, maybe I want to delete that previous chat, or maybe I want to go back to a previous chat. And you'll be able to do that by clicking back in those two lines up here, and you'll be able to change all these types of options here. You might be within a chat, and you might be like, well, I want to start a new chat. Well, you can do that by clicking on this little power button up here, and it starts a brand new chat, and you'll be able to see that old chat here. Or you might be like, hey, I want to go and upload a file. Well, now you know. If you click here, it'll do that. And maybe you're getting some wrong answers within ChatGPT, and maybe you're just wanting it to think a little bit more before it responds back. Well, now you know. You can toggle on this think portion right here, and that will go ahead and basically think a little bit more when you're asking it questions to do. So I'd probably recommend going through and just typing in like best ChatGPT tips and things like that, because you'll start to see a lot of prompts you can ask ChatGPT, because there's a lot of stuff you can do here. So that is basically how to use ChatGPT. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.